The mystery of Thomas Matthew Crooks continues to unravel. One of Thomas's professors, who prefers to be anonymous, has said that he's very confused about what happened because Thomas in his class was polite and thoughtful. He excelled at an assignment that he was given to redesign a toy to make it accessible for someone with a disability. And what Thomas did was he recreated chess and he printed it on a 3D printer, and he used Braille to make this accessible to people who are blind. He wanted to be a mechanical engineer, and he had just earned a spot at a university in their engineering program. There are a few more things of concern that have come out. First of all, Thomas bought a drone and programmed it to go over the Butler family farm area like more than once, which is another major failing of the Secret Service. He built 3 bombs. 2 were with him in his vehicle and 1 was at home. He told his parents he'd be back by 1, and then he ignored all of their calls. And if you think about the timeline, it was like 6 hours before all this went down. So they were sending text messages and calls, which the FBI found on his phone when they discovered his phone. So we know that he worked at a rehab center nursing home as a dietary aide, making $16 an hour. But one of his coworkers recently came out and said that he always ate lunch alone, which just further reveals his isolation. And finally, one more really interesting thing is that the ATF used facial recognition to identify him. So we've heard numerous things about how he was identified, but that is one tool that they used to identify him. The more information that comes out about Thomas Crooks, the more confused I am. Wasn't the typical mass shooter, but he did meet that criteria in some ways.